if you've got really thick, frizzy hair, or it's really thick and quite unmanageable, or if you've got tight corkscrews or Afro-Caribbean hair, we've created the perfect range, which is the Jamelia range. And on my model today, she's got very thick hair, and we're going to use the finishing products on it to show how we're going to create a shiny, glossy, healthy, straight look from her hair. I want to get it absolutely dead straight with a really beautiful shine, and hair that has a slight sort of frizzy tendency needs products that are slightly stronger and more performing to get that really straight look and to get that really high shine on them. So I'll be working on my model, showing you how to use all the different products so you can achieve a similar look at home. You won't all have hair exactly how it is here, but I'll explain how it will work for every single hair type, and especially for that hair type that's really frizzy, really thick and quite unmanageable. Before I apply the first product, I'm just going to wet the hair down, and it's very important when you're wetting the hair down, obviously if you come out of the shower, it's even all the way through. But if you're wetting it down, then make sure that it's even all the way through so that you get even distribution of the product. So now I'm going to apply some high gloss blow dry liquid. And this is a fantastic product which basically protects your hair. It adds a lot of hold and also gives loads of shine. So again, rub it through your hands and then apply all the way through the hair. Now, if your hair is curlier than this and you want to get it really straight, or if it's got more of a afro texture than my model has today, then you just use more, because the strength of the product will help to straighten the hair out, but it will also give it really lovely hold and a really high shine. So do a little bit at a time, all the way through. And then what I'm going to do is just blast the hair off and use a brush and blow dry it very, very naturally. And then I'm going to straighten it with some straightening irons afterwards. Because her hair's quite straight anyway, I'm not going to have to use a round brush and really go for a heavy blow dry. And I think if you can get away with blasting the hair quite naturally first and then going over the irons, you're not putting too much heat on the hair. Where if you go through and do section by section and really blow dry with a lot of heat and then use the straightening irons, you're probably using a little bit too much heat on the hair if it's not necessary. But if the hair was really curly or really frizzy, then you would have to use a brush just to smooth it a bit before you go through with the irons. So just finishing off with the drying. Now I'm going to add some Affinity Serum. The irons will create a really glossy, dead straight shine, and with the Affinity Serum that will help to protect and create that shine. Rub it through your hands so it's evenly through, and then evenly through the hair. So just really lightly through the ends of the hair, from the top all the way down to the ends. Now the ends of the hair are where the split ends are most, if you have any. So if you work it evenly all the way through and then a little bit more towards the end, but don't put it straight on the roots, because it could make your hair look like it's greasy. So once that's really even all the way through and you can see the shine through the hair, then what I will do now to get a really glossy finish is go through with the straightening irons. This is easy to do at home. You can take quite big sections and you just work all the way down the hair. Now, if you're doing it at home and you take the back section, again, turn your head towards a mirror and then do that section on that side, and then turn your head towards the mirror on that side, and then work all the way up and then through the sides. The sides and the crown would be really easy to do. The hardest bit to do would be the nape, but it literally would just be pulling the irons down and really quick as well. You don't want to hold the irons on your hair for too long. And a great tip is if you have your, I'll show you on this little bit here, is if you have the comb just before, so it's just really combing down so you get that real straight sheen. If you don't want to have too much heat on your hair, then it is a really good tip just to leave it to dry naturally and then just use these afterwards. But if your hair's very frizzy, then you would need to blow dry it a bit before, because the irons just wouldn't smooth it out. But if you've got hair of this texture, you could leave it to dry and then go over afterwards. Every range has its own fragrance, which is really sort of suited to the individual girl. And with Jamelia, she really combined a lot of fragrances together to almost make her own perfume smell, and it's absolutely lovely. So I finished with the straightening irons. As you can see, it's given it a really lovely shine, but I want to put some high maintenance pomade through the ends. Now this product will give the hair, will mould the hair. So it's actually really good for hair that's long like this, but also if you've got really afro texture and you've got a short haircut and you want to mould it down and make it a bit sleeker, this product will be brilliant for that. So again, applying it in my hands evenly all the way through, and it moulds the hair and also gets rid of any little bits that will be any little ends that will be sticking out, and just makes it even sleeker. It's also, which is absolutely fantastic, an anti-humidity. So basically what that means is hair that's very curly, you could spend all this time straightening it out, and then if you went outside and it was quite humid or it was very damp, then it would start to curl up again. And this has properties in it which are anti-humidity properties, which stop it doing that, which is absolutely brilliant. So I've applied that all the way through, just given it a lovely, lovely gloss and shine, and just worked that all the way through so it's made everything sit really, really flat. And then just go through with my comb to make sure that's even. There's a finished look. Silky, glossy, straight hair.